guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well, again, guys, this is a far departure from what I typically tend to put on my YouTube channel. So many times you see gun videos, some videos about my Jeep, and so on. One thing that you may or may not know about me is that I'm actually a licensed certified high school Spanish teacher, as well as a computer science, computer programming instructor. And I'm also a huge fan of old gadgets, old computers, PCs, Macs, and so on. And this is one of the favorites that I busted out of the collection. I'm entitling this video Old School Cool, and what you're looking at here is a 2008 MacBook. Oh, Ammo Cat's going to join us for this one. I purchased this Black MacBook about 2 years ago for $99 off eBay, and since I purchased it, the only thing I've had to add to it was a new battery, which was about $15, as well as updated RAM, larger RAM installation. I put 4 gigs in it instead of the 1 gig that it came with from the factory. One thing, something about these Black MacBooks that's so cool is when they first came out back in 2008, they were $1,500, and they were basically just an enhanced version of the white MacBooks that were sold at the time. This particular model has the 2.4 gigahertz Core 2 CPU. It's an Intel. It's the Penryn series, and they ran $14.99 when they were brand new. And I think here I bought it, you know, 9 years later for $99 is pretty cool. What's neat about these is that they're still completely usable. Now granted, you don't have a lot of the Flash and Java updates still out there that you're used to. You could encounter some problems on some of the websites, but by just simply running OS updates and you know, just standard updates that it has in general, I've been able to keep this a viable laptop for my classroom. Now, all of my students have MacBook Pros, and the funny thing is they can still use this laptop to keep up if they need to, because all the work that we do in class is basically computer-based. It's all web-based. Now, I'm running OS 10.6.8 on it right now. Wi-Fi runs just fine. I really couldn't tell you what the Wi-Fi card is. I don't know if it's just a BG card, but it's one of those little laptops that I just think is really neat, and you tend to see less and less of these around, and I just wanted to show it off on the channel. If you're somebody who's looking for an inexpensive computer and you want to do some things like say do some Skype, or you want to do some Google Hangouts, or you just want to maybe produce some YouTube videos, this does a pretty good job. Now granted, you're only running about 144 megs of RAM. Okay, it's some Intel X3100 graphics, but for what it has to offer and what it brings to the table, it's still a completely usable computer today. I am running an older version of Microsoft Office on it. I tend to use Chrome for my browser, and overall I've been really happy with it. Now, I did purchase a 4 gig RAM upgrade for it. It's two 2 gig sticks that I bought from, I think it's MacSales.com, also known as Otherworld Computing. I installed that, and again, it is running a 2.4 gigahertz Core 2 Duo processor, 10.6.8, and it's been very solid. I've had no problems with it so far. It's run great. There's some things you need to watch out for if you do pick one of these up. And by the way, this one does have the 250 gig hard drive, as well as the DVD burner and writer, which is really cool. It makes it, again, a very flexible platform to be able to use today. You got your standard USB ports on it. One of the issues that you can run into is that you're going to be looking at a special kind of plug on the side for your VGA out if you want to plug it into say a television. Really the only issues you have to watch out for on these MacBooks when you pick them up is the frames begin to crack. You start to get some chipping around the outsides and also on the frame. And there was a recall on it at one point, and Apple did fix them. This one has not had that problem, considering it gets used daily by a few students in class. Other than a little bit of, you know, shining happening on the plastic from a lot of use, it's really held up well, and it is really cool. Funny part about it is when I take it out and use it out in public, you know, a lot of people say to me, "Oh, is that a new MacBook Air, or is that some sort of new MacBook Pro?" Because they've never seen it before. Because this model was only produced for just a few years. Funny thing is, I'm a huge Transformers fan. I put Autobots and Decepticon stickers on everything. It looks kind of cool with the black sticker on there. And like I said, a few things you can run into if you pick up one of these. You know, you want to make sure the person's taking care of it before you. You want to make sure they guarantee everything to work. Once you start getting into 8 or 9 year old Mac computers, you know, either they're going to run or they're going to have some problems, or they start to have problems. Motherboards can start to fail, hard drives can start to fail, video, like VGA cables can snap or start to fail, and you start to get the rainbow lines on the screen. But I have not had any issues with this one, and the lady I bought it from had used it for a couple of years just to basically check her email, and that was pretty much about it. So it was nice to be able to acquire it. I got it for $99 delivered, and I really feel like I stole it. It even came with a power adapter, which was really cool. Batteries run about between $13 and $20 on eBay. I'm on my first replacement battery, and they're not as good as the originals. This one will hold the charge for 3 to 3.5 hours. I've got another one coming because this one will tend to die after about 2 hours of just constant use with the screen turned up to bright. But it's one of those just little computers that's out there that either people haven't seen before, or they knew about it and have forgotten about it. And they're such a good deal. You can pick them up for about the same price as like a cheap Chromebook or even a tablet for that matter. Here I've got a full-on, fully functional computer that I can use. So yeah, just one of those cool little things that's out there. So this is the MacBook that comes out of early 2008. 2.4 gigahertz Penryn processor running 4 gigs of RAM. RAM is the big thing on these computers. If you can max out the RAM, definitely check out macsales.com because they custom make RAM for some of these models, and that helps you put a higher capacity in there than sometimes what they were rated for. I've got a unibody MacBook that's running 16 gigs of RAM, even though it's only rated at like either 4 or 8 from the factory. It's been fantastic. Other things you can do to this would be to install a solid state hard drive. You don't necessarily get a major boost in performance, but if your hard drive fails, it is a fairly inexpensive option. You can get a caddy from macsales.com. By the way, I'm not being endorsed by them. I just happen to buy a lot of different products from them, and they keep my old Macs going, and they make some quality products. I've been really happy with them. So anyway, that's about it. Just want to show off this little piece of, I guess you could say Mac history, Apple history, the very cool 2008 MacBook. And look around, see if you can find one. They are very cool. But again, other than maybe a hard drive failing and a possible motherboard issue, if you can pick one of these up, parts are available, parts are plentiful on places like eBay and a lot of your online retailers. And they are just a neat little computer to have around. So anyway, guys, that is it. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today, guys. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on patreon.com. You can also follow me on Gun Channels over at gunchannels.com on my channel Caliber Corner. And we'll be bringing you another live podcast this Saturday at 8 a.m. over on gunchannels.com and YouTube, 8 a.m. Central Time on Saturday. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Just a quick little overview of some old school cool tech, the oh so sweet 2008 model MacBook. And there you have it. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.